Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good health to everyone. This is the 9 member of Group 3. In this video presentation, we will be talking about 6 subtopics. Found in this case is lack of communication and transparency. Many Twitter employees reportedly found out about the layoff mostly through abrupt email notification, while some others found out through rumors circulating within the company. The rapid changes has created uncertainty, leading to anxiety and decreased morale among the remaining staff. The second issue is related to legal and ethical concerns. There were concerns regarding compliances with various labor laws, particularly in different jurisdictions where Twitter operates. For instance, in the US, the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act requires 60 days notice for mass layoff, which was reportedly not adhered to in the case of Twitter. Lastly is lack of compassion. This approach has made the impact on their mental health. The stress and uncertainty associated with layoffs can have significant psychological impact on both laid-off employees and those remaining. Companies need to address mental health support during such transitions. Now, let's give a brief description about Twitter company. Twitter was founded in March 2006 by Jack Dorsey, Evan Williams, Stone, and Noah Glass. The idea for Twitter came from wanting to use a short messaging system for a small group. It was available to the public in July 2006. The definition of Twitter is a short burst of unimportant information and chirps from birds, which describe the purpose of social networking on Twitter is to share short and quick information. It is an online social media platform and microblogging service that distributes short messages of no more than 280 characters. The service was influential in shaping politics and culture in the early 21st century. In April 2022, a filing with two Securities and Exchange Commission expressed the intent for Twitter to merge with one of Musk's corporate entities, X Holding. After Musk completed the deal to acquire Twitter in 2022 October, he took steps to merge Twitter with X and rebrand the company. However, Musk used a different company, X Corp, which he registered in Nevada in March 2023 to merge with Twitter. He also registered two other companies in Nevada in the same month, X Holding Corp, Limited of Corp, and XAI Corp. The merger between Twitter and X Corp took place in April 2023. In a court filing in California, in early April 2023, it became clear that Twitter as a company no longer exists. Today, X is primarily run as a social media platform, although Musk has expressed an interest in making it an everything app, including for financial transactions similar to China's. Moving on about the stakeholders affected by the HR issues, starting with the employees. Those employees that were affected by the layoff face immediate job loss, financial instability, and potential difficulty in finding new employment. Meanwhile, the remaining employees that survived from the sudden layoff had to experience increased workload, job insecurity, lower morale, and stress due to the uncertainty about future layoff and changes within the company. Moving on to its effect on management. In the upper management, the executive faced challenge of maintaining operation and morale amid significant reduction in workforce and public scrutiny. The managers in the middle management needed to handle increased responsibility, manage team dynamics, and support remaining employees through the transitions, shareholders, and investors. The layoff happened as a cost-cutting measure to improve financial performances, as explained by Elon Musk. Nonetheless, they had also led to short-term volatility in stock prices and long-term concerns about the company's stability and growth prospects. The handling of layoff also affected the investors' confidence in the company's management and strategic direction. Lastly, effects on the suppliers and partners. Twitter faced disruption in their collaboration with their suppliers and partners, which affected its ongoing projects and business relationships. The handling of layoff also influenced its future engagement with potential partnership and willingness of other businesses to engage with Twitter.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Chubaka. We continue on the section of analysis and discussion. Firstly, layoff transparency. After we have observed, we have come out the analysis of the layoff were executed with minimal communication to the employees and the public. Employees reported finding out about their termination through sudden loss of access to their work accounts or in personal emails. This opaque approach left employees uncertain about their future and rationale behind the decisions. For the discussion, its lack of clear communication about the reasons for the layoff and the criteria used for selecting employees for termination can lead to anxiety, fear, and a toxic environment among the remaining staff. Clear communication could help employees prepare and plan for their future, reducing the negative impact on their personal and second point is legal and ethical concerns. There were substantial legal and ethical concerns surrounding the layoffs, particularly regarding compliance with the One Act, which requires a 60 days notice for mass layoff. Several lawsuits were filed against Twitter alleging insufficient notice and severance pay. For the discussion, legal challenges can result in financial penalties and damage a company's reputation. Ethically, the manner in which layoffs are conducted reflects on the company's values and its treatment of employees. Adhering to legal requirements and ensuring fair treatment can mitigate negative fallout and preserve trust among current and former lack of compassion. The manner in which the layoff were conducted lacked empathy and consideration for the affected employees. Many employees reported feeling dehumanized by the process, which appeared to prioritize cost-cutting over human dignity. The discussion is the perceived lack of compassion can have long-lasting effects on employee well-being, leading to increased mental health issues and reduced morale among remaining staff. The sudden loss of employment and lack of support can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and depression among affected employees, which can have long-lasting effects on their mental health. Solution. The Twitter layoff issue, especially the significant reductions that took place in recent years, highlights several challenges and opportunities for both the company and its workforce. Addressing these issues involves a multifaceted approach focusing on immediate relief for affected employees, long-term organizational strategy, and maintaining a positive public perception. Firstly, severance packages offer comprehensive initiatives to support affected employees financially as they transition to new opportunities. Maybe a benefits continuation will extend health benefits for a period post-layoff to provide stability. Second point is career transition support. It will provide professional outplacement services, including career counseling, resume building, and interview preparation. In addition, job placement assistance. Partner with other technology companies and startups to help employees find new job opportunities. For the third point, mental health support. For example, counseling services offer free or subsidized counseling and mental health services to help employees cope with the stress and uncertainty. What is transparency and communication? A clear communication will ensure transparent communication from leadership about the reasons for layoff and the future direction of the company. By regular updates, it will keep employees informed about company performance and any future workforce recommendation. Firstly, clear communication. Ensure that all employees are informed about the reasons behind the layoff and the future vision for the company. Communicate transparently about the process and the criteria used to select employees for termination. Provide detailed information about severance packages, benefits, and support services for those affected. Second point is compassionate handling. Conduct layoff individually and in person if possible to show respect and empathy. Offer support services such as career transition assistance, outplacement services, and continued healthcare benefits. Acknowledge the pain and difficulty of layoff and express concern for the well-being of those impacted. Third point is proper notice and compliance. Ensure compliance with relevant labor laws such as the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act 1 Act and similar state laws. Provide adequate notice to employees, ideally 60 days, to allow them to prepare for the transition. Islamic perspective. From an Islamic perspective, this layoff issue must be approached with compassion and fairness for the well-being of individuals and their families. In Islam, there are some principles and guidance interactions in the workplace and during economic hardship. One of it are justice and fairness. Islamic teachings emphasize the importance of justice in all aspects of life, including employment practices. Employers have a responsibility to ensure that layoffs are conducted fairly and transparently, due consideration given to employees' rights and well-being. This includes providing adequate notice, adhering to legal requirements, and implementing fair criteria for selecting employees for termination. Indeed, Allah orders justice and good conduct and giving to relative and forbids immorality and bad conduct and oppression. He admonishes you that perhaps you will be reminded. From Surah An-Nahl, verse 90. Next is compassion and mercy, Rahmah. Islam places a strong emphasis on compassion and mercy towards others, especially those who are facing hardship or difficulty. Employers have a moral obligation to consider the human impact of layoff and to provide support and assistance to affected employees. This may include offering severance packages, providing access to job training or placement services, and offering emotional support and counseling to help employees cope with the stress and uncertainty of losing their jobs. Allah says in the Quran, "And we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the worlds." From Surah Anbiya, verse 107. This verse emphasizes the Prophet's role in showing mercy and empathy to all of Allah's creations, including humans, animals, and the environment. The Prophet Muhammad was known for his empathy and compassion toward others. He said, "The most beloved of people to Allah are those who are most beneficial to people." From Tirmidhi. In conclusion, in Islam, the layoff issue demands compassion and fairness. Islamic teaching stress justice in all aspects of life, including employment practices. Employers must ensure layoffs are conducted transparently with due regard for employees' rights and well-being. From Quranic verse Surah An-Nahl, verse 90, underscores this principle. Additionally, Islam emphasizes compassion and mercy towards those facing hardship. Employers have a moral duty to support affected employees, offering severance packages, job training, and emotional counseling. Prophet Muhammad exemplified his mercy as stated in Quran from Surah Anbiya, verse 107, and his saying recorded in Tirmidhi, prioritizing those who benefit others. This holistic approach to compassion and fairness guides Islamic perspective on workplace interactions and economic challenges. That's all from us. Thank you for listening.